Welcome to this explainer. If you're a teacher who is new to NotebookLM, or maybe you tried it once and walked away, grab a seat. Think of me as your experienced mentor guiding you through exactly how to make this work for your classroom. We are going to completely reset everything you thought you knew about this tool and give you a highly practical, classroom-tested playbook to finally get your Sunday nights back. Okay, let's dive right in.
We've got to start with this raw 3 a.m. post from a fellow teacher because, let's be honest, we have all felt this exact flavor of panic. You know the feeling? You're staring at an empty lesson plan, the clock is just ticking away, and you desperately need something brilliant. I've watched so many incredible teachers burn out from this exact scenario. Well, consider this tool your lifeboat when you're stuck in that spot. We're going to build up your confidence so you never have to panic prep again.
Now, if you played around with this tool last year and got kind of frustrated with those basic summaries, you really need to update your mental model today. The 2026 upgrades totally transformed it from a fun little novelty into an absolute essential teaching assistant. We now have seamless Google Classroom integration for students, audio in over 80 languages, and instant PowerPoint exports. It is a completely different beast now.
So what exactly is it? The absolute most crucial thing to wrap your head around is that NotebookLM is a closed universe AI. This is not ChatGPT, okay? It will not pull random internet facts, and it absolutely won't just invent things out of thin air when your sources run short. It relies entirely, literally 100%, on the specific curriculum documents that you upload.
And because of that closed universe design, the results are actually staggering. A late 2025 study found this tool hallucinated only 13% of the time, compared to around 40% for open internet AIs. Now, obviously, you still need to spot check your outputs, right? But this massive drop in made-up facts makes it significantly safer and way more reliable for creating your student-facing materials.
Okay, let's move into Section 1, Mastering Your Source Materials.
As your mentor, the biggest secret I can share right off the bat is that this AI is literally only as good as the foundation you build. If you put garbage in, you will get garbage out. And the most common trap new teachers fall into is what I call the silent source failure. This happens when an image-heavy PDF or a dead URL from a government website loads as an empty tile on your screen. It looks like it worked, but it didn't. NotebookLM can't actually read it, so the AI just starts guessing instead of actually reading your document.
So we need to establish a golden rule right here, right now. Always verify your uploads. It's super simple. First, upload your file. Second, click the source preview tile to make sure the text actually extracted. And third, just ask the chat to summarize the file in 3 sentences. If the AI gives you a super vague, hedging answer, your source didn't load properly. Taking 10 seconds to check this will save you from accidentally delivering a totally hallucinated lesson to your kids.
Also, when you're uploading, keep it laser-focused. Don't just dump 50 PDFs into one notebook just because the free tier allows it. It's a total trap. The more sources you stack, the less data it pulls from each individual file. So the sweet spot? Right around 8 to 12 sources per unit notebook. That is where you get the absolute deepest, most accurate AI comprehension.
Moving right along to Section 2, your AI thinking partner.
Once your sources are locked in and verified, we can turn the chat panel into your own personal pedagogical co-pilot. We are way past asking it to just summarize this chapter. We're going to make it do the heavy analytical lifting for us. While default mode is your absolute go-to for rapid, direct lesson prep when you just need an answer fast, learning mode is this brilliant, highly underused feature. Learning mode is Socratic. It actually asks you questions. It's an incredible tool for sitting with a dense academic text and modeling the slow, analytical reading you ultimately want your students doing.
But a quick word of warning from your mentor. Watch out for interpretive overconfidence. Because the AI compresses text, it might add a tone of absolute certainty that the original author wouldn't even recognize. You absolutely must click the inline citations it provides in the chat to check the original text. The AI can sound dangerously confident about highly nuanced topics, and it is your job as the expert in the room to catch that.
To get truly useful classroom-ready material, try leaning on these 5 mentor-approved prompt patterns. You can differentiate a text 3 ways, scaffold independent questions, generate different Bloom's levels, hunt for source contradictions, or simplify the vocabulary. But here's the real secret sauce. You always have to specify the exact source, the specific grade band, and a tight constraint. If you don't box the AI in, it's just going to give you generic fluff.
All right, on to Section 3, Creating Audio and Slides. Now let's dive into the studio panel. This is where the real magic happens for flipping your classroom and engaging your students with rich media.
You can generate a multi-host audio overview, basically a mini podcast, in English, and then instantly spit out the exact same overview in over 80 different languages. For educators working with English language learners, this 2026 feature justifies using the tool all by itself. It lets your multilingual learners listen for deep comprehension in their native language before they ever have to tackle the academic English version.
And that brings us to a really brilliant pedagogical trick called the Edutopia move. Here's how it works. You intentionally edit factual errors into your source document, generate an audio overview, play it in class, and then challenge your kids to catch the AI's mistakes. It is such a genius way to teach critical listening skills and prove to them that just because an audio file sounds super confident doesn't mean it's actually factually correct.
Let's talk video really quickly. Do not get distracted by those flashy cinematic video demos floating around online. Those require a $250 a month Ultra tier, and get this, you can't even edit them. The standard narrated slideshow is what you, as a practical, busy teacher, are actually going to deploy. It's totally free, fully editable, and honestly perfect for a parent meeting or a quick flipped classroom assignment.
And speaking of slides, this feature right here is the ultimate time saver. You can instantly generate a full 12-slide unit deck right from your sources. If one slide looks a bit off, you just type some plain language feedback like, hey, add a worked example, and it revises just that single slide. After that, you export the whole thing straight into PowerPoint or Google Slides. It seamlessly fits into the ecosystem your school's already using. Now, a quick heads up if you teach math or science. PDFs with embedded math notation often get completely mangled during the upload process. To avoid dealing with corrupted slide exports, use this insider workaround. Just paste your equations directly into the chat as LaTeX code. It reads it perfectly cleanly, and your slide deck will render the math exactly how it's supposed to look.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 4, the Sunday night workflow.
Okay, let's bring all of these tools together into one cohesive plan. I genuinely want you to stop working all weekend, so here is a realistic, step-by-step playbook you can run this Sunday night. In literally just 45 minutes, you can execute this exact workflow. Upload 3 verified sources. Generate a briefing doc for your unit handout. Generate a focused audio overview for student pre-listening. Generate and revise your Monday slide deck. And finally, generate your Friday assessment quiz. Just like that, you've taken your standards and textbook chapters and turned them into a fully fleshed out week of instruction.
And the best part? You really don't have to stress about student data privacy. Since your school likely uses Google Workspace for education, federal privacy laws like FERPA and COPPA are fully covered. You can safely assign these curated, read-only AI notebooks directly through the Google Classroom Classwork tab to your students who are under 18. They can chat directly with your curated sources without any risk of accidentally messing up the notebook settings.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final, provocative question. Which of these workflows are you going to use to reclaim your time this week? Whether it's differentiating a lesson 3 ways for varying reading levels, or prepping a completely new unit in just 45 minutes, pick just one workflow today. Build a solid habit out of it. It is time to take your weekend back. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.